What it is, it's Doja Life, man. I'm just talking some real shit, man. Excuse my French and my alphabets and all that there. But nah, man, I just want to run down some information. And you can believe what you want, believe whatever. I'm not saying all that shit for YouTube purposes and all that extra shit. But what I will say is this, to all the people that eat meat, I'ma just tell you this now. You know when they kill an animal to eat it, it's a blood sacrifice. Now, I'm not religious. I'm just telling you some news. If you are religious and you eat meat, it is a sin. You know what I'm talking about? If you is. And me, I'm not. So it don't pertain to me. I'm vegan. But I'm just breaking this down. So, our ancestors would kill these animals as blood sacrifices to protect us or to take on the energy of these animals when you eat these animals. Why you think they hunting deer and cow and all this? They would mostly eat the animals that didn't eat other animals. Therefore, the animals that didn't have worms or parasitic worms in their guts. You know, oxes, deer, all that shit like that. Chickens. Chickens eat worms, but that's another story. But now, it's deep because they would eat these animals, you feel me? But they would kill these animals, like say Indian ancestors or Native Americans, If the animal knew it was being hunted, they wouldn't kill it. A lot of the tribes wouldn't kill it. So it's like, what I'm saying? They would catch it off guard with an arrow and shoot through that bit. You know what I'm saying? When a bitch didn't even know it was being hunted. And then they would sit there and pray over the animal. You feel me? To make sure, what I'm saying? They pray over the animal. And I'm not talking about thank you, Lord Jesus, and all. Nah. I'm talking specifically placing their energy of whatever they want into that animal. Like paying homage to the spirit of that animal at the same time. Purposely concentrating a certain energetic synergy to that food that they're eating. So when they would eat that food that's programmed with that energy, it would become part of their being. And it would linger. So with that being said, meat was a ritual. Because meat sits in your gut. If you want energy to stay in your system for long enough, you would get a meat and you would program that. But the thing is though, the meat of the day is not up to yesterday. Also, when it comes to that, you know what I'm saying? They'll pay homage to the spirit and utilize every part of that animal. Really. They did not disrespect the spirits of nature. Therefore, the spirits of nature did not disrespect them in a form of disease like diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease. It's the same thing. Heart disease is worms in your heart like a damn dog. It's heartworms. Let's be real. People walk around with worms. Yeah, now it make you sound like a dog, huh? But now, it's really that deep. See, you know what I'm saying? Realize what you put in your vessel is what you think and feel. On top of what you experience with these. So, with that being said, if I was to have a bad day and want to stress eat, realize that the energy I'm feeling of that bad day is programming the food, like praying over it. So therefore, when I eat that food, if it's meat, if it was tortured and killed, that means it's a sense of fear tied to whatever that trauma was of that day. So every time that have something traumatic of that experience, something of that same nature, you will react based off the fear of that animal that you program that energy to. It's deep. Now let's say that meat stays in your system for years. Years. It stays in your colon. It's no fiber in it. Therefore, mucus has to force it out, and mucus gets stuck with remnants of that meat. So you know what I'm saying? It's not good for you. You know what I'm saying? But on top of that, when it comes to this type of thing, when it comes to the meats, you know what I'm saying? You got, yeah. When they torture it like that, yeah, it's bad. Now let's get past the meat. Let's say the person ate some fruit. Fruit only eats sunlight. Therefore, when you eating fruit, you're basically eating condensed sun juice. The intelligence of the light of the sun. You feel me? The intelligence of the light of the sun is what's in that fruit. So instead of it being fear programming the food that you eat, it is clear cognizance from a divine source. Therefore, that becomes the energy process of your vessel. You would think of things in a high vibration, a higher level. And with that being said, let's say you program your energy to that. Let's say something bad happened and you ate that to cheer up. Most likely, parasites in your vessel would try to prevent that if you got them. But let me not say that. But you know what I'm saying? Let's say you ate that to cheer up. You did that, and let's say when you did that there, this is high vibrational food, it don't stay in your system long either. It digests itself. So with that being said, that energy you programmed it to that fruit. And that fruit, whatever, is going to be out your system. You just transmuted that bad energy into that fruit and then you boo-booed it out within an hour. You know what I'm saying? It detoxed you of that negative energy. So when it comes to that, that's how that works. It could be traumatic, and then the next time you eat fruit, it's not even stored in your system to have trauma. Think about what I'm saying here. Eating meat is a blood ritual to store whatever current energy that you feel, to keep it lingering. There's people that have shit in their gut for hundreds, I'm going off the meter, but about 5 years, 6, 7, sometimes it's childhood, depending on how they grew up and what they eat and their eating habits and their everyday activities. Fat cells hold oil. Hear what I'm saying? Fat cells are full of oil. So with that being said, guess what is oil? Oil is a substance that stores pure spiritual energy. So with that being said, recognize every energy is a spirit. So the energy from these oils in your fat cells store everything that you programmed it with the food that you eat. What you think essential oil is? It's the spirit of whatever plant, fruit, or herb, you know what I'm saying, inside of the oil. When you sweat, you have oils. You're releasing negative energy that is no longer useful to your vessel. That's why when you exercise, you lose weight. If you have so much fat cells, you have a bunch of stored unnecessary energy in your vessel that's tied to trauma or spiritual sickness, or it could just be, it is what it is. Let's think about it. And I'm not trying to shame people that are overweight or anything, but what I am saying is you store your trauma in your fat cells. And the more trauma you have, whether good or bad, I mean, it ain't good or bad trauma, but you know what I mean. Whatever trauma you have, it stores in your fat cells. So with that being said, that's your current energy. And if you happen to have way more fat cells, that means you have way more energies. And think about it. When it comes to people that are usually overweight, they're usually easily breakable or easily angry. Either they have a bad attitude, or they're the most nicest people you meet, but they're easily broke because they take on the emotional load of so many other people that it stores in those fat cells. So think about it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying a lot of women especially women that are overweight, they're empaths. You know what I'm saying? Empathetic. So they taking on all this energy. And what happens? It stores in those oils. I mean, I'm just saying some stuff to make you think, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to take my word for anything. I'm just speaking my mind on some things. So with that being said, it's Doja Life, you heard me? You can look me up. I'm just now starting this YouTube thing because Facebook getting on my last damn nerve. So yeah, man, subscribe, like, do all of that there, Excuse my French or my language if you don't like it. You don't have to watch it. We grown folks here. But if you young still, the English language is cursed anyway. But y'all, peace, family.